Hello and welcome to Bespoke Unit. My name is Paul Anthony.
I'm CP.
And today we're going to be reviewing Dunhill Icon Racing.
As with every fragrance review, we shall be using our Bespoke Unit fragrance formula, a quantifiable fragrance matrix that you can use at home. Just look in the description below and you can download a blank version to review your own fragrances.
As many of you know, Dunhill Icon is one of my all-time favourite fragrances, so I'm always interested in seeing what Dunhill come out with in their new lines. As you can see here, we've got the first 3 bottles, and this is the latest installment released in 2017, Dunhill Icon Racing. As you can see, it's got a British racing green with Dunhill's British heritage with the racing stripes. And you know, overall, let's dive into this review. It's going to be an interesting one because I'm not a huge fan of this. I'm not sure what CP is, so let's find out.
I quite like it. A lot of people have said that it's similar to a lot of other things, but I think that it has potential somewhere. There is something that kind of feels a bit odd, and we were talking about that earlier, which is this kind of sweet bubblegum note, which we'll get to in a second.
Well, I think it just totally breaks away from the original 3. You know, you kind of got a more kind of mature, kind of 30-40-year-old guy fragrance, maybe in the office, great evening scents, and then boom, you hit this one. It's very kind of like a lot of people getting bubblegum out of it. Poor performance issues, even though it's an EDP, you know, although it's cheap, so that's the only saving grace. And I don't care if something smells like something else. If you like it, the bottle's great, the presentation's good, you know, hey ho, whatever. But, you know, I don't want to interject in your thoughts, but that was,
no worries.
that was just what came up. So.
Well, it's all good and fair points. I mean, if we look at the composition in itself, it should be mind-blowing. What do we have? We have grapefruit and bergamot in the head.
Well, bergamot is shared, but I mean, I'm not really getting a huge, I mean, again, that's in the head, you know, 15-20 minutes, where's it gone? You know, I'm not getting anything, you know, so.
You're supposed to have cardamom in there as well, which is a note I absolutely love, like in Voyage d'Hermès, which is a beautiful fragrance, but you can't really pick it out. You get to the heart, neroli, pepper, and lavender, which is very classic. You get to the base and you start to have whitewood, vetiver, and lavender, which should create a nice light tobacco accord, which just goes beautifully well with the sort of British racing green aesthetic. But instead, what do we have?
Bubblegum.
Right?
When I first put it on, you know, I get a little bit of that grapefruit, which is great. It's kind of a little bit citrusy. We're talking like spring, summer fragrances, where these are, outside of the Dunhill Icon, which I see as a very versatile all year round fragrance, the other 2 are definitely fall and winter. So I get it, they've tried for a different season here, but I think they've kind of gone different season, different age range, different performance. I mean, why is it in the family? You know, like it's the black sheep.
Exactly.
So,
It's the ugly child that nobody loves. He'll end up being a priest when he grows up.
I'm not talking about your family history, Charles. Anyway, back to business. Age range, we're thinking
20s, late 20s maybe, compared to these, which all kind of in order of release seem to be going for a more contemporary and younger audience, and they kind of lose something in their sort of conventionally masculine compositions. Yeah, this is definitely in the mid-20s. What about time of day?
Time of day, I'd say it's daytime, either a semi-formal office. I mean, maybe just after the gym, to be honest. I don't really, you know, it's a little fresh, but again, don't expect that projection performance. For me, seeing other reviews, again, not seeing it, especially as an EDP, very disappointing.
Very much so. But in terms of presentation, we love it.
Oh,
it's like
yeah, you can't beat the bottle. I mean, it's like, you know, curl this sucker, man. You know, it's like a piece.
So you take it with you to the gym, use it at the gym, and then you wear it after the gym.
Yeah. Where's the home gym? You don't even need to go to the gym.
You've got a whole workout set right here.
Yeah, chuck me the extra weight, see. Welcome to the gun show. Anyway. So anyway, what about masculinity? Because these are very masculine, wouldn't be unisex. I mean,
it's way more moderate. I mean, you've got bubblegum in there. It's quite mild, really.
I wouldn't say it's unisex,
No.
but it's definitely not as masculine as these. I mean, you know, you got some. These are blockbusters. You know, is where again this has fallen a little flat. I appreciate maybe trying to get into spring summer, but I feel they could have done it in a much more impactful, deep way. But as soon as you mention bubblegum, you kind of lose the crowd. You know.
I mean, I can see where they were going with this because they're trying to stay loyal to a family that they've already established and is doing very well for itself. And yet they wanted to do something that was quite sporty, and they were kind of caught between these constraints, which meant that they ended up coming out with something that wasn't quite right. It just doesn't feel
Yeah, I mean, if you're looking for something that's similar-ish smelling, that has much better projection and performance, I'd say Paco Rabanne Invictus. You know, massively overused again, you know, super popular fragrance, but you're maybe getting better value for money there. And then go back to the original three in the family if you're looking for some more all-round fragrances with the original Icon, and evening fragrances and colder months fragrances as well.
Absolutely.
So overall, what's the verdict?
I think it's memorable.
For me, at 32 years old, not going to be using that this much. You know, if it was my cousin, early 20s, I'll probably end up giving it to him. Maybe you give it to your stepson.
After he graduates.
Not going to be in the regular rotation for me, I'm afraid.
Not something I could wear either. It's very distant from the kind of fragrance that I like, such as Bonhomme de Caron and things like that. So, sorry.
So as always, hopefully there's going to be some interesting comments below, and love to hear your thoughts, and if you have any questions on it, please like this video if you enjoyed it. And as always, click that subscribe button because we're going to be doing plenty more fragrance videos and videos relating to all of this stuff behind us. Watches, shoes, you name it, we've got you covered here at Bespoke Unit.
Take care.